All right, so I think we're on 55. 55, I think we are on 55. Did the stream, I think the stream started. Hopefully it started. Let me check on something. All right. It looks like we are live. Let me get the hair slicked back for a bit. It is cloudy today. I'm not doing it fancy. I think on the last episode, 54, I told you guys that I'm trying to bring back the server room slowly, baby steps. And I just want to take it real chill. Put the glasses on. All right. Welcome back, guys. It is Bernardo and episode 55 of the server room. Hopefully, you guys are able to hear me. Uh, Shoot something in the chat. Let me know that you are able to see and hear me perfectly. Thumbs up or say hi. Let me know where you're from. Okay, so today's video is another PowerShell. I think last time we did PowerShell, super exciting, dealing with PowerShell and system administrators. System administrators should automatically learn how to do PowerShell. It makes life super simple. Today is all about getting all the servers within Active Directory. This is typically the first thing that I do when I start a new job if I'm managing all the servers, right? I'm a system admin. The reason why you want to gather all the information about the servers, typically like the IP address, the version of the Windows server, and the name of the company that you're working with, because every company has different name schemes on their servers. So you want to see how everything works behind the scenes. Plus, if you find machines that are offline or you find machines that are running 2008, 2003, it's time for you to do what? Upgrade them. So today I'm going to show you guys how to use PowerShell to get that information. And I am going to switch a bit. Okay. Hopefully you guys are able to see my desktop. Again, if you're tuning in, please shoot something at the chat. Let me know, hey, what's up? How you doing? Make sure, let me know if you're able to hear me and see everything. So let's get started. I'm on my desktop. Like I said before, I have a small lab dealing with the server room. This is my DC. Typically, if you want to get all the information within your Active Directory about the servers, you got to do it the long way. You want to open up, Active Directory. And if you are working at a job that has like a crap load of OUs and inside the OU have like all the computers or all the servers, for example, right here, I only have one server on this infrastructure, but let's say you have an OU with a bunch of them. You open up a spreadsheet and you start typing. I don't want to type. So let's use PowerShell to actually grab this stuff. I don't like doing anything inside the domain controller. I like doing everything inside a PC. And I am going to click on Start. And we're going to type in ISE. We are going to open up the Windows PowerShell ISE as an admin. So open that up. I'm going to hit yes for the user account control. That's going to start loading up. And if you see me looking this way, it's because I actually have my notes. I'm getting super old, so I forget a lot of the commands. So I have my notes here. Okay. So the first command that we need to do is import and module. And because we're using Active Directory, the module is going to be Active Directory. That's self-explanatory, right? So you can either highlight it, or as long as you have the cursor at the end of the command, you are able to do either F8 or just hit this little button right here. I like to hit the button. So I'm going to run it. It's going to import the Active Directory modules, and then we are ready to get going. So I'm gonna hit enter. Third line, we're gonna do the following command is going to be get, and it's going to be AD-computer, and I'm going to hit the tab to auto complete it. Now, because there's many computer objects within your Active Directory, we need to do like a filter to only find servers. So we're going to use the parameter of filter. We're going to do a single quotation, It is going to be operating system, hopefully I'm able to spell operating system, space, like, double quotations, asterisk, which is a wildcard, server, and another asterisk, and close the quotation. So wildcard, server, wildcard. So basically, if it says Windows Server blah 2019, 2016, blah blah blah, that's what you're gonna get. We're gonna hit space and, right? That's an expression. Enable is equal to open and close quotation, true. So you want to pick every operator. Let's close this up real quick. We're going to close it with a single quotation. So we're going to navigate within the Active Directory to find all the servers, right? Windows Server, whatever version it is, if it's enabled. If it's disabled, we don't want it. Okay. Now, this is going to be like a long one. So within PowerShell, if you hit a space and you give a tick like this, once you hit the tick, which I'm going to show you, I'm going to zoom in real quick because it's like a real small thing. Let's zoom in. That little tick right there allows you to hit enter. Allows you to hit enter and then go to the next line and then do a long command within PowerShell. Okay. So I am going to do a parameter of properties. Now the particular properties that I want to gather for this list would be the following. I want the name of the computer object. We want the operating system. Hopefully I'm able to spell it right, even though I'm looking at my notes. Operating system. We want the operating system version. And we're going to do IPv4 address. Okay, let me zoom out real quick. Zoom out. Okay, so you're probably saying to yourself, Bernardo, where are you getting these properties? Okay, I'm going to show you where I get these properties from, because there are these properties, I'm actually getting them within the computer object, within the attribute of the computer object. Now, because within my infrastructure, I only have one computer, one server, I'm going to show you on that particular server. Now, I could definitely go inside the domain controller and do it this route, but I don't really like going inside the domain controller, so I'm going to show you what I do, and I bet you a lot of system administrators do this as well. I have this little shortcut, which is the management console. If I double click on it, it basically has all the add-ins. This is the Microsoft Management Console, MMC. I'm gonna hit yes here for the user account control. And depending on what you're doing, like I have Active Directory, I have DNS, group policy, DHCP, DFS. If you are using all those utilities at your 9-to-5 job, most likely you have this add-in here. Now you're basically saying, how do you get this? Super simple. I'm gonna show you real quick how to get this utility, and you're able to save it to whatever you want. I have it saved on the desktop, called this, but if you right click on the start menu, click on run, and then it's already there because I did it before. Zoom in real quick, MMC, and if you hit OK, you're going to get the user account control. Just hit yes for this, and it's going to load this guy. It's blank. So how do you get the stuff that you want? First of all, your PC has to have the remote server administrative tools, like I showed you on the last live stream. Got to go inside Windows optional features and download the ones that you want. And once you're there, you can either click on start and find what you want, or you could just build this nice little shortcut that will have all the utilities that you want here, right, in one centralized location. So to add add-ons, all you need to do is click on File, Add, remove this, and then you pick what you want. I want Active Directory. If you're dealing with a certificate authority server, most likely you can add that as well. You can actually use the ADSI edit. DNS if you're dealing with DNS. Group policy if you're doing with group policy. You just add everything in here. I didn't add the DNS. Right? Just click and then add. Once you do all that, you click OK. Once you click OK, it's here. Boom, boom. You have access to all the utilities. This computer or following computer, you would add the DCO1. Our DNS is DCO1, BTNHD, and boom. So now I have access directly. So rather than me jumping into that server to manage all these utilities, look, I have this nice little utility location or whatever you want to call it to have access to it. I got to connect here for this, click OK, boom, I have it. How easy is this? Super easy. And then when you're done, file, save as, give it a nice name, drop it anywhere you want. For me, I drop mine onto the desktop and then double click on it, and then you have access to all your utilities. That is how I like to manage my stuff. So back to how I got those properties, right? Super simple. So let's go inside domain controller. I'm gonna double click on this guy. And I don't have the advanced stuff, which is okay. So I'm going to cancel this. We're going to click on view. We're going to go into advanced features. Everything should reset. Once everything reset, you're going to see that a bunch of other OUs appeared, which is great. So let's go back inside the domain controller. Let's double click inside here, and you're going to see additional tabs. Now the tab that we want would be the attribute editor. The attribute editor is the one that gives you the properties that we want. Now, one of the properties that I use would be name. So if I type in or hit N, it's going to jump to name. This is where the property is at. If I do OP, operating system, version. So this is where you are able to get the properties for this command here. Right? That's how I got those properties. Now my list, these are the only ones that I want to focus on, but again, you are able to add more properties. It is up to you. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this. Let's close this. Let's minimize this. Let's go back inside our PowerShell. Now I'm going to add more to this, so I'm just going to hit space and I'm going to add a tick and I'm going to hit enter. So from here, I'm going to pipe it. I'm going to pipe it and add an additional command, and that will be sort, because I want to have everything nice sorted. Object, hit the tab. Parameter is going to be the property and operating system. So I'm actually going to sort everything by the operating system. So I'm going to get everything sorted basically like Windows Server 2003, 2008, 2012, 2012 R2, 2016, 2019, 2022 is the next one, right? So everything's going to be sorted by operating system. I'm going to hit space. I'm going to hit the tick. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to pipe it one more time. And once I pipe it, I'm actually going to select the specific objects to kind of minimize and shrink down all the gibberish. Now, I could run this command as is, like line 3. I'm going to run this command. And I think I might get an error. So if I hit this, I'm not going to get anything because you're not really getting, you're not telling the command the properties that you want to push out. So I'm going to select this 3 and 4. So I'm going to hit F8. Still didn't get anything. I wonder why I didn't get anything. Let me see something. Get that. Okay, because of the filter. I gotta make sure my filters are right. Like, server, and oh, spelled enabled wrong. Why you guys didn't catch that? I spelled enabled wrong. Come on. Spelled enabled wrong. So I run this one. Let's stop that. Let's run line 3 again. Okay, something popped up. See all the stuff that it gives you once you run only line 3. If you run line 3 and 4, it gives you the same information, but it just adds the IP. So if I run that, now it adds the IP address, which this is the IP address for it. And then this command is basically going to sort it by operating system. Because I don't have a lot of computers, I only have one server for now. I have other servers, but I haven't added them into the Active Directory as of yet. But let's continue with our command. So the next command is we are going to call out select object, and we're going to do a parameter of property, and we're going to do the following. It's going to be name. This is the stuff that we want to actually export to a file. I like to export this stuff into a spreadsheet, and then I organize it, and I have a good list, a nice little list of all the servers within the infrastructure. So we're going to do name, we're going to do operating system, comma, operating system, hopefully I'm spelling everything right, operating system version, and we're going to do IPv address. Spelling it right? Going crazy. Okay, boom. Space, and I'm going to give it another tick, and I'm actually going to hit enter. Now, I want to export everything to a nice CSV file, so we're going to pipe it again, and we're going to do the export command of CSV. That's the one I want, and it's going to be C colon. I want a folder BTNHD temp, which I don't have it, and the name of the file is going to be server dump.csv. Now I don't have this folder within the C drive, so let's create it real quick. You could drop this folder anywhere. I like to drop it in the C drive. Let me see if I have it in there. I do not have it, so let's go click on new folder BTNHD underscore temp. Okay, boom, awesome. So let me zoom in real quick so you guys can see how it looks. So we're using the get-ad command with the filter of the following operating system is like wildcard server wildcard. The wildcard is basically anything in the front and anything at the end. So it would be Windows Server blah. And enabled, which I spelled wrong and you guys didn't say anything. Enable is equal to true. The enable equal to true is basically you only want servers that are not disabled within your Active Directory. The whole point is this: like you start a new job, you're assistant admin, you want to get a list of all the servers, how the previous system admin named all the servers, so you could either change it or continue the naming scheme, right? The next thing is you get all the IP addresses and one nice little list of all the servers. You get all the versions in one nice little centralized spreadsheet. And from there, you can actually plan. So if you have a couple machines that are running Windows Server 2012 or 2012 R2, you know what? I need to update these. I need to start working on plan. You got to master list. Once you do that, you need to call out the properties. I showed you guys how to get the properties. You got to go inside a computer object. You can go to any computer object, go to inside the attribute editor, and within there, you can find all of the parameters, properties. These are the 4 that I want. I think the only one that you might not see would be the IPv4 address. I don't think that's there. That's one of those hidden kind of properties. But if you add it, it will give you the IP address. I want to sort my entire list by the operating system. So most likely what's going to happen, you get Windows Server 2003, 2008, and so on. I'm going to select the objects, which would be the same thing as the properties. And then I'm going to dump everything into a CSV file within this folder that we just created within the C drive. So let me get out of here real quick. Zoom out. I'm going to highlight everything, okay? And I created this folder with you guys, so it's not like I have the CSV file in there. So I'm going to show you guys. I don't have anything inside here at all. It's blank, nothing. There's no magic behind the scenes that I did something and it just worked. And I will provide this PowerShell at my GitHub so you guys can have a copy and just make modifications. You can also do like Windows if you want. Yeah, you could change this to Windows. Because it's only Windows 10. Well, I think it's like Windows 10 Enterprise, Windows something. You could just do Windows and just do the wildcard at the end. But we're only dealing with servers. You could do the same thing with Windows if you want. So I'm going to select lines 3 through 7. And we're just going to hit run selection. It's pretty simple. Well, it's pretty simple for me. If you have multiple servers within your infrastructure, it might take a bit because I only have one server, it's super quick. And that would be the DC01 that I have. So if I double click on this guy, and this is what I would typically do at a 9-to-5 job or when I'm starting out, you're going to get this. Cool. Don't show me this. I am going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. And this is how it looks. First thing that I would typically do, I would just go to file. I do save as. I don't like it as a CSV file, so just make sure you save it as a Excel file. So let's click, you're able to rename it, but I'm gonna leave it as is. So click save. And then from here, I'm gonna select everything, double click on one of the columns to kind of organize everything or auto fit everything. I typically delete the first cell because this is gibberish that is added during the PowerShell export. And I'm gonna select all the cells, double click in between one of the columns to organize it real nice, and that's it. Uh, you got the name, you got the operating system, you got the operating system version, and then you have your IP address. If I had multiple servers in this list, hey, let's get fancy. Highlight the first column, go to data, and within data, click on filter. Boom, you got yourself a nice little list. For those individuals that have like about 100, 200 servers plus, rather than scrolling down, finding the thing, all you gotta do is just hit the drop down, type in your server, and then type in your server, filter it out, and then you got your information there. Or if you said, oh, we need to figure out which servers are running server 2012 R2, you know what? Go inside here in the filter, uncheck everything, check the Windows Server 2012 or R2. You got your entire list of all the server 2012s, and then you can start tackling them, update them, upgrade them, or if you're not into doing the in-place upgrade from 2012 to 2016 and 2019, start building other virtual machines and start migrating those applications over there. And that's it. That's it for this episode 55. Pretty exciting with this PowerShell script. I think on the next episode, hopefully I could do the next episode around this time. Episode 56 is pretty exciting. I am going to be dealing with WSUS, which is Windows Server Update Services. It's been a while that I actually built a WSUS server. And within 2022 server, there's a bunch of problems building a WSUS server with that operating system, which I'm going to show you guys the fix on that on the next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, and I catch you guys on the next live stream. Peace out. All right. So how you kill this? I always forget to kill this. All right, is it over? Stop. All right, I'm out of here. Peace out. Uh, Now it's over.